Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Disco Elysium. It's just the beginning of day number 3 and I'm already collecting new side activities, like another missing husband case, even though I actually wanted to focus on wrapping up a few tasks, but yeah, I got distracted already. Anyway, I think I wanted to have a quick talk to Guard again about the telephone, and then I wanted to talk to the cook about the borscht, so let's do that first.
Can I help you?
Yeah, maybe it's a dialogue option that's hidden in here.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Alright, here it is. So the phone line is dead.
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
That's pretty strange. Is it true that there was foul play? I don't know. Why do you think that?
Who told you that?
Lena, I would never disclose my sources. It would be dishonorable. It doesn't matter. I just want to know who you suspect. Yeah, I do not disclose my sources.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers.
Okay, so shortly after the hanging, which means it has been a while already.
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Yes?
And I guess that's all for now. Okay, well, I'm not sure if that is really helpful for me at the moment. So let's just continue. And let's talk to the cook again if we can. The tomatoes are so thinly sliced you can see through them. What are you doing, Harry? He hasn't been doing that kind of stuff before. I wonder if it has something to do with his new FALN pants or something. You know, all these stretching, gymnastics and other activities. I've never seen that before. But yeah, let's talk to... I mean, look at it. Suddenly, he's all full of activity. I don't believe it. But yeah, let's talk to the cook.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Manana. Is that true? I'm not sure if this is relevant, but let's ask it.
The mention of Manana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
Right, he doesn't speak our language, so this is going to be difficult to communicate. What is in that borscht you're making there? Point to the large pot. Well, let's give it a try.
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Okay.
He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Yes, no, Mercury rising. Run your fingers through your hair. Sorry, I don't understand you. I mean, if it's a question, then yes or no is like a 50-50 chance to say the right thing. I don't know. Yes?
Borscht need more vodka?
Oh, he picks up a bottle from the shelf. So you're putting vodka into the special borscht. Interesting.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
So it is special borscht. Borscht that makes people drunk.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg.
Yeah, that is true. I'm inclined to follow logic here and not electrochemistry. I don't have a very good relationship with electrochemistry anyway. Yes, not and turn your fingers clockwise. Turn the vodka up. No, vodka. Turn your fingers counterclockwise. Cut it. I leave the cooking business to you. Shrug, I have business. Yeah, maybe no vodka would be the, well, reasonable choice here.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Okay, well, I guess I managed to put an end to the special borscht, so that's something. I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Alright, so we finished that task, and right, this is just about the cryptozoologist, and the special borscht is done. And I guess I still can't do anything about that stupid door, right?
You see a heavy steel door. The door does not budge.
I didn't think so. Okay, now let's go and talk to Alice again. Then again, this guy is new as well. Well, sure, let's talk to him as well.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
Oh, it's the balcony guy. Hi, hello, adjust your tie, you're here. Well, yeah, maybe adjusting your tie is a good idea in general.
Hello, hello. So what brings you here?
What are you doing here? Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime. I don't remember that. He may have told me about this when we spoke for the very first time, which has been a while ago, so maybe I just forgot about it. I met your Sunday friend. What is it about the way he carries himself? Harry is really intrigued by this guy, apparently. But yeah, let's ask a few questions first. What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I live here. My room is right upstairs. I'm here to drink myself into oblivion. This is where I'm going to go down in history. I'm going to sing karaoke. Yes, that is still my plan. I'm here to kick some ass and solve the case I'm working on. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just go wherever life takes me. I mean, there are a few nice choices here, but I guess I'll pick the karaoke one.
Really? Well, I look forward to that.
He raises a glass to you. And he actually sounds pretty sincere about that. Tell me again about that muscular type who came to investigate the crime. Yes, please tell me more about that, because I completely forgot about it.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did you tell him? What did he look like? Was he alone? Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits? Thanks for the information. Yeah, I hope I can ask all of this. So, what did you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
And he believed you?
Why shouldn't he?
I don't know. Because it just seems like a very obvious answer. Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend.
No, I don't think it came up.
Okay, so that's good to know. So whoever was asking around apparently never got to speak to the Sunday friend. So what did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
So it could have been maybe one of the mercenaries, like the scab leader, right? He's strong and muscular. Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
Earpiece? Okay.
Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
Which again would point towards one of the mercenaries and not one of the union guys. I don't think they walk around with speaker microphones. So what was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Huh. Okay, did he have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries.
Okay, so it may have been like the scab leader dude.
He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Of course, I don't have any idea how an Oranese accent sounds like. Otherwise, I would talk to the scab leader again and see if it fits. But anyway, thanks for the information.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
So I guess it's possible that after the lynching, one of his colleagues came and started to ask around and was trying to find witnesses. That would make sense anyway. So I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
Well, I mean, he was moderately helpful, but maybe a little bit too deep into his work. You were right, he was magically bureaucratic indeed. I didn't like him as much as I like you. Honestly, so far I don't really have that much of an opinion about you because I haven't really talked to this guy that much, but he seems nice enough. He's a government official, I don't trust governments. No, it was totally magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people.
Who is he? What are you two? That seems to be a very personal question. Why was he staying at your place in the middle of the night? That as well. I don't want to talk about other people, I want to talk about you. Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Return where?
To his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Claire. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village.
All right.
Or is it just money? I don't know.
So, yeah, sure, let's ask the personal questions as well. So, what are you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
Yeah, but what does it mean, a Sunday friend? I mean, that sounds like a euphemism for something, right?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Okay, I see. So, would you even call that a friend?
It is. On Sundays.
On Sundays, okay. So, why was he staying at your place in the middle of night?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
To the sea, of course. What else? Maybe we can talk about you a little bit more.
What about me, gendarme?
Okay, I can try this skill check. What is it about the way he carries himself? +1, he's so different. And I need more composure if I want to increase my odds. But sure, let's give this a try.
It's the sports.
Nope.
He's a sports guy. All about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
Well, since I failed the check, that's probably not it. But okay, I will have to try this again later, once I got more composure. Again, I could invest a skill point into this right now, but it doesn't really seem like that important, so I think I'm going to save my emergency point. So we will talk again later, hopefully.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
I kind of like that he calls him gendarme, though. That's kind of cute. Okay, so we have the union guys over here now. But I'm not going to get sidetracked again. First, I want to wrap up some older quests before I start picking up new ones. So, first of all, I will use the radio again and talk to Alice.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a puller.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Yeah, have you found out about the owner of the armored boots?
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
But I mean, it's been a day. Or does it have to be exactly like 24 hours? In that case, I may have to wait a while longer. Maybe I do want to talk to the precinct again, now that we met these two police officers that are clearly from my precinct. And yes, I checked the video, and the two names that Harry recalled that were like on a blackboard were like Judith and Jean, so it's gotta be those two, right? So yeah, I don't know, let's see if we can get any new dialogue here.
Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Okay, I can just tell them about my lost gun, which I probably don't want to. I mean, I have some idea who has the gun, so maybe I can retrieve it without they ever finding out about it, so never mind.
Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
Alright, so I can't finish this task yet. Come back in a day for info on the armor's owner, but I mean, I did this on Monday. And it's Wednesday now. So it's been more than 24 hours already. So why can't she give me the information? Oh well, I guess I'll have to try again at some other point. Right, I can try to find a book about birds. And since I'm in the vicinity, maybe I want to do this first. Although it kind of depends on how expensive it's going to be. Let's go inside. So I'm trying to remember if I saw any books about birds. Or maybe I should talk to her. Maybe she can help me find my heraldic bird.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Alright, here we go. I'm looking for a book about cockatoos.
A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biographies.
Okay, well, thanks for the help. Alright. Let's see. So, which one was the shelf with the biographies?
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart.
Okay, not this one.
A sulphur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title. From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
A well-behaved cockatoo. Okay, let's flip through the pages.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
Okay, this may indeed be your heraldic bird, Harry.
You don't have behavioral problems. That's garbage. You're cool.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. So what about this guide to cockatoos, shopkeeper?
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Okay, I can buy it. I can try to steal it. I would have better odds if I hadn't angered her earlier. But I mean, the price is reasonable, so I think I'm just going to buy it.
Oh, a nature enthusiast. Good choice. I knew it was a good idea to keep that around.
Indeed. I'm probably the only person in this place who would have any kind of interest in that. Right, now, let's read the book about cockatoos. A book about different cockatoo species and their behavioral problems. Perhaps it could also offer some insight into your own often problematic actions. The spectacular, major, majestic cockatoo eyes you from the cover. Nice.
A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Seminine Islands and in southern Fas-a-la-Mer. Known for their intelligence and general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues.
Alright, sounds good so far. What more?
This book talks about the delicate nature of toos, as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts. The funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang-bang cockatoo. It's colourfully illustrated.
Alright, tell me more about the problems these birds have.
Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk, and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up.
I mean, so far, this actually sounds fairly accurate. I could handle that. It would be nice to have someone to talk to when feeling lonely. Who would ever want a chatty companion. I want someone who knows how to listen. Yeah, I mean, Kim isn't exactly chatty, but I guess that's also a good quality in him. And I mean, I talk a lot to other people, so not to Kim in particular. And I'm sure I could handle it. It would be nice to have someone to talk to when feeling lonely.
Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as recurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive.
Well, that's pretty bad. Anything else?
It is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own.
Sounds awful. There has to be something great about cockatoos as well.
You're right. Cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels.
Okay.
Ouch. That must hurt.
Well, perception, hearing, certainly knows a thing or two about that.
Not great for the neighbors. Performing, yes, birdie.
All right, let's read more about the funeral cockatoo.
This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral, 24/7. There is something indisputably ominous about it.
Very interesting. But what about the major majestic cockatoo?
Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo, is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and flowing crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature.
Okay.
In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous hues of the verdant forest than this big, bold, and beautiful species.
Sounds majestic indeed.
It must be glorious to behold, dark pink and snow white.
And what about the Bang Bang cockatoo?
Despite its banging name, the Bang Bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Seminoles forests, as well as zoos and homes all over the world. Its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Seminoles name, Bang Bang, is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins.
Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me. Yeah, I mean, it's maybe not a perfect fit, but there are similarities, certainly.
Yes, but all those cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you?
The grey and common Bang Bang, that's me. Only the funeral cockatoo in its darkness can truly grasp the depth of my doom-laden soul. Isn't that obvious? Major majestic, here I come. But what if I'm just a fuck-up-a-two, a fuck-up and a cockatoo? I have to take some time to think about it. I don't know. I feel the funeral cockatoo is maybe a little bit too depressing, and he probably would like to be the major majestic, but maybe that's a little bit too flamboyant. So I guess I will go for the grey and common Bang Bang. I don't know. It's maybe the best fit.
You're right. You're the mediocrity embodied. This unsung bird belongs on your heraldry.
All right, I guess we found our heraldic bird. Well, that was certainly something. And yeah, the quest is done. But not only the quest is done, but also my thought, I believe. Can I switch to thoughts? Okay, here we go.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
All right, now that I have completed that thought, I can try that skill check again, right? Bonuses. +1 XP for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Okay, I mean, that is actually pretty neat, I suppose. So, here we go. We got another thought and I can talk to Joyce again. The question is, do I want to do this first? Because I also want to talk to Evrart Claire again. But I guess Joyce would be closer, so maybe I'm going to visit her first and... Mr. Claire has to wait until I tell him about the open door. Alright, Joyce, I hope you have some time for me. And she's always standing here.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I just have one more question for you.
More lessons in basic reality?
Okay.
My favourite part of the day. Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Look at that. +12. Jamais vu thought complete. Okay, let's do it.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
So, what world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode of bodies of water and forest-covered surfaces, clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
Well, I guess it has to be.
There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
Okay, what is it?
Elysium.
Oh, well, a reference to the title of the game. Wait, is this the one with the evil apes? No. Elysium, the world needs a term of endearment. This world does not deserve a term of endearment. Maybe it doesn't deserve it, but maybe it still needs it, right?
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
And what is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
Petro-fascists? Whatever that is. I don't feel like I have got the whole picture yet. I've got a clear picture. Let's proceed to another term. I don't know. Can we talk about this a little bit more?
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
How about it's a ball, inside sideways? What shape is this world then? I would assume it's, well, roughly ball-shaped.
That's looking less and less likely, Detective. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
Okay, and it's not a ball?
ORG, Occident Revischolgrad.
Thanks, Encyclopedia.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark grey corona?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
Well, that's fascinating.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Oh my god, wait, what the hell are you telling me? The pale and what do you mean corona? Yeah, this sounds all pretty weird.
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness.
That does sound kind of terrifying, actually.
I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, I have a hard time trying to picture what she's trying to describe here.
But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's gonna bring anyone together. Okay, and then everything will be okay? Probably not.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Okay, I still can't really picture it, but whatever you say. Well, if you say it's disco, it doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd like to go to. I don't care about disco, I only care about the commune. Why is this an either-or question? Can't I be like a disco communist? But yeah, I guess if it's disco, it can't be so bad.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The lieutenant observes you both silently. He adjusts his glasses.
You know, you can join the conversation if you want to, if you have something to say, Kim. Well, I have another follow-up question here, though. So you said pale. What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Okay.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to.
Apparently Kim is already getting bored of this conversation.
His voice is low, but firm. All she can say is,
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
I don't want to. I want to know what the pale is. What do you mean it's not part of reality? Yeah, I kind of want to know, at least that one answer.
Ma'am, remember you are dealing with a very sensitive and impressionable police officer who is still recovering from a recent medical episode.
It almost feels as if Kim is afraid that she's going to tell me something that is completely going to, I don't know, depress me or upset me or something. So that only makes me even more curious about what she was going to say.
The Lieutenant's right. Let's change topics. What do you want to know? Anything.
New task. Talk to Joyce about the pale without Kim. Oh, so I have to do this, like, secretly, without him watching over me. Interesting.
you could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here, unless you can convince him to step aside.
Kim trusts you. Ask for Kim to step away while you discuss the pale. I mean, I can just return in the evening, because usually, when I go to sleep, he's going to his room, and then I can just come back out and talk to her again, I suppose. So, I guess I don't have to do this right now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Well, thanks for all, and I will return later, but on my own. Okay, well, I mean, that's a pretty interesting task. Also, I got another skill point, so the question is, what do I want to do with it? I feel I need to increase some of my psychic skills, because I'm really bad at most of them. How about more suggestion? There we go. Okay, we have a little bit of time left in this episode, so maybe just enough to go back to Evrart Claire and tell him that we opened that stupid door for him. And I don't think there's like a shorter way to get there. I have to go all the way back through that office. Right. So let's do that. I guess I will have a quick look inside Fried again. First of all, I can return some of my bottles, probably.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
I mean, that's about half the price for the Cuckatoo book that I just bought. Yeah, I kind of would like to go into the room next to this one, but I guess she won't let me, huh?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Let's ask about the warehouse again.
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what for it does.
But this is important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
She turns back to her magazine without waiting for you to respond. Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to get anywhere here. So I will have to find another way to get into the secret passage. Anyway, I think this is where I need to go. And yeah, I may want to talk to the Skep leader later. But I hope I can find someone else to talk to about the tattoo. And now through the office. And out on the other side. Yep, this is quite a long way. But I don't think there's a shortcut to this. It doesn't help that the keyboard navigation is so wonky. Through here and through here, right? Okay, and now inside the box. Here we are. All right, Eva, let's talk again.
Mr. Dubois, every worker?
A member of the board?
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervour now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now? Yes, please.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
Well, actually, I did.
He's trying to figure out if you're lying. There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
Alright, so I should tell him that I have been inside. I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs. I did go inside. Weasel had the flag of the old Revachol on his wall. The deal wasn't for me to go inside, so I didn't. Yeah, I guess I'm going to tell the truth. I found a collection of racist mugs, I guess.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Evrart's Rainbow Coalition.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Okay, well, good to know.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Okay, I can't wait. The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash with the hanged man's clothes. Right, there might be a connection here. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. Yeah, maybe let's talk about the mug first.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me.
I'm not sure if he's being honest or sincere.
I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
With the power of politics.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
Right.
Oddly, it seems to be true.
But this weasel might have cleaned up after the killers. Yeah, that much might be true.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this.
You seem to be oddly sure about that.
But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right?
He imitates bashing something with an imaginary baton. Great technique. You'd make a great sergeant. There's more to police work than whacking an imaginary baton. I would like to think so.
Of course, Harry. I'm not a real police officer. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
Right, so let's talk about the lynching.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Yeah, I heard about that, but please tell me what you know about it.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Right.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
Okay, again, that confirms what we heard before.
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
What? You have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical,
Okay.
and so is the village. But the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Alright, go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wait, they move the container? Well, that's interesting.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
So you don't ever have to leave your comfy chair. Okay, I see.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
Right, again, that would confirm what we learned from Joyce. The murder victim, the scab leader, and the woman.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
Right, again, he hints towards that sexual assault that may have happened, so he might be telling the truth here, of course. If you already knew all of that, you could have told me earlier. I had to learn all of that from Joyce.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realise is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighbourhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it. Who exactly did the pushing? Yeah, that would be interesting to know.
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labour, but peacekeeping in the neighbourhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organised crime.
Well, maybe.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organised crime.
You're right about that.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervour drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Okay, so you basically know exactly who did it? Titus Hardy?
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
So you're telling me about this so freely because you think we won't be able to arrest them anyway? And they have a lawyer girl?
He places a lot of faith in that lawyer girl. Perhaps this is a tactical error? Anyway.
There was a bullet in the hanged man's head. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? You mentioned a lawyer girl. Tell me more about Titus Hardy and his crew. Yeah, we found a bullet in the hanged man's head.
So they shot him?
He sounds pleasantly surprised.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard.
So the stories do not really match the evidence.
It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth, sire.
I like the fact that drama always refers to us as sire.
What I do know is the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policemen.
So how do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
All right, fair enough.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
Right.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Crenel. This time it might have been Sediment before. Yeah, I guess it might have been.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
The remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys. Yeah, I guess that's what's going to happen soon.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
He doesn't really sound that aghast.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
That is very interesting. Why would he be happy about it? Yeah, you don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Evrart before you've even courted him properly.
What do you mean?
He wants you to do more things for him before.
Right. And I have more questions I can ask, but the episode is getting kind of long, so maybe I will conclude for now and we will continue later.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
Really?
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And, of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
What do you mean, yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
Okay.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
Probably even a communist.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
I'm not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler, a grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. I'm probably more left than you are, right? And that's not saying much because I'm not really that left. I mean, I'm like equal parts communist and moralist, so I guess that would make me kinda center-left at best. But he doesn't really seem that communist to me either. I mean, he's talking like that, but everything else, I'm not sure about that.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You
Same.
know how it is, company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
What exactly do you mean?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
2 signatures? Well, Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Claire was very useful.
He studies Evrart.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
Of course.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
All right.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Okay, what are these signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're going to get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
All right, and where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
You're already pretty deep into this. What's a little more? No one can see you here in Martinez.
Yeah, I guess I will have to accept this task. What will happen to the current occupants? I mean, that's a good question.
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Well, are you?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them.
I'm not sure if I can trust him, but I may have to accept the task anyway.
We're going to build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
All right, fine. If I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now.
Right.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
Okay. Well, obviously I have more questions I can ask him about the murder, but the episode is very long, so we will do this in the next episode. Let's leave it for now. Okay, well, some interesting information, but we will continue this conversation in the next episode. So as always, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.